All right, guys, we're about to get going with another WHS11 weather impact alert live stream here for you to get you prepared for tomorrow's excessive heat and humidity across the area. So we're starting to stream live here on Facebook and on YouTube, and we're just holding on for some folks as we get going on our WHAS11 app. A great time while you're hanging out and waiting. If you don't have the WHS11 app, go ahead and go to your app store. It's free, quick to download, interactive radar, latest news, weather, and all that good stuff right there. 9:31 on this July 31st, 2024. And you are hearing the voice of Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine in the WHS11 Weather Impact Team Weather Center. And our live stream, as it says, will be starting soon. Obviously had some big thunderstorms rolling through the area today with about a little over 4,000 power outages earlier in Jefferson County, Kentucky. Some flooding here and there as well. Dare County had some flooding, especially just east of Columbia, Kentucky. So 9:32 here, and in just a couple more moments, we will go ahead and put up our weather graphics, and we'll get moving along here. So thanks for tuning in. Just a couple more moments and we will get rolling here with our live stream. And it looks like we're about ready to go. All right. Hey there. I am Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine in the WHS11 Weather Impact Team Weather Center here at the WHS11 studios. So each day we've had rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Today, like a round and a half. We had a couple showers around this morning, had the big round of just huge thunderstorms. Can't emphasize how heavy some of that rainfall was unless you were in it. You probably knew. Like 2 to 3 inch per hour rainfall rates. And then we had just a couple little pop-up showers at the very end. We actually have a couple more thunderstorms firing up out to the west. So more rounds of these storms through Friday. Tomorrow, we're also talking about more excessive heat and humidity, triple-digit heat index numbers before the storms hit. And then Friday, the heat index not as bad. The heat is going to be suppressed a little bit, but we're going to have some more storm chances on the way. So let's go ahead and get to all of that with our Thursday weather impact alert. So when's it going to happen? Well, the heat's going to crank up, right around midday, early afternoon. And it won't take long to get that heat index to around 100 to 105. That is excessive. That can put stress on your body if you're out there. So just wanted to give you the heads up that you're not going to want to be out in it for very long. And then late day, evening thunderstorms, just like we had out there for today. So what is going on? We talked about this a little bit last night. We're on the edge of a heat wave. And on that edge, you get disturbances to ride down the storm highway. We just happen to be right in the middle of this storm highway. Of course, there are some benefits to being on this storm highway. If your yard's like mine, it's growing like a weed, especially since I just fertilized last week as well. So at some point between these storms, I need to find time to mow this swampy yard of mine. So the pattern remains for tomorrow. And notice some busy weather to our northwest with lots of warnings out in Kansas, far northern Missouri, Iowa. So there's another disturbance down the road. And those disturbances are in the middle of a lot of CAPE, which is the storm fuel. It's convective, available potential energy. Convective meaning thunderstorms basically. Available, what's available, and for the potential if the storms get going, and energy. So One thing to note also is that we are on the edge right here of the instability gradient. And so that helps fire up. It's almost kind of like a little front, a boundary. And it helps kick up the showers and thunderstorms. And we actually have some kicking up now. So zooming in a little bit closer here, most areas are all dry, but on the instability gradient is where we find storms that are not moving much. This is a 1-hour loop. The issue is, if these storms don't move, you can start to run into some flooding issues. Now I'm going to put on a 2-hour loop. And what's cool about this, all right, we're going to do a little deep diving here for just a second. So watch. I'm going to mark these 2 arcs right here. Here's an arc. These are outflow boundaries, and here's one here. Where those collide, you get thunderstorms to fire up. So you can see them, one right here, moving to the west, and then another outflow boundary right here, moving to the north. There's a lot of lines. Colliding outflow boundaries can kick up showers and thunderstorms. And so these storms are forming on an old outflow boundary from storms elsewhere. And again, this is a 2-hour loop. They're not moving much. So around Ferdinand, Indiana, Santa Claus out west is where we have our lone area of thunderstorms. They're not severe, just heavy downpours, heavy rainmakers, some lightning and thunder. So what is ahead for us? Let's look ahead here with our Futurecast. Actually, let's just look outside. What a peaceful night it is out there. And currently 73 and 75. We're not going to drop any more than that. Calm, no wind, and current temperatures are in the 70s pretty much everywhere except Campbellsville at 69. Pretty peaceful night. We're going to back this up. The models, take a look at that. Handling very well along that outflow boundary where we do have some activity out to the west. So that is great. What you want with your weather models is good initiation. At time 0 right now, you want the maps to look like what's happening right now. That means we've got some good data working in there. All right, looking ahead here, what happens for the rest of tonight? Well, we might see a couple showers from time to time. Probably not going to hear much thunder overnight. No severe weather is expected, but just some spotty showers, kind of random across the area. We're going to stop this 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Can't rule out a shower like we had this morning. It's going to be humid, 70s to around 80 degrees. And here we go with the skyrocketing temperatures once again, looking at around 94, 95. And just depending how quickly the storms arrive to knock down that heat, like today, it's just kind of a wait and see kind of thing. Model data suggest stormy over the northern half of the area to start off. So southern Indiana, once again, gets things going tomorrow afternoon. This is right at 4 o'clock. And once again, those storms right there could pack a punch with frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, torrential rain, and possibly some isolated damaging wind gusts. It is just a rinse and repeat pattern that we've been in all week long. Busy, busy pattern for us. Deja vu, happening all over again. All right, so this is tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Notice the storms just kind of slowly go on off to the south like they've been doing. Now we're going into our Friday. And there is a bit of a change here. There's a front that starts to move into the area. Gives us a wind direction shift. And so look at our maximum heating Friday afternoon. We're looking at temps around 85 to 90 degrees. So while we have a weather impact alert day tomorrow, that's for the heat and the storms. As I was talking about earlier, Friday, it's just for the pop-up downpours that we're expecting to have across the area. Now we should get most of this to the east of us Saturday. We're just going to have a 20% chance of a leftover pop-up shower, mainly east of I-65 on Saturday. That will begin a dry weather pattern. We have had a surplus of rain for the month of July. We could use some dry days to just kind of settle things down and dry out. And I don't know if you've looked around, you've been out in the countryside, but the corn, the soybeans, growing like crazy. Had adequate rain this growing season for the most part. Had a couple little mini dry spells. But we're in good shape right now. So let's talk about the heat. It's going to be like what we had out there today. So these are the maximum heat index values. Notice up north around Seymour and Bedford and Paoli, that's because it's taking into account the development of the storms tomorrow afternoon to cool things down. But we're looking at around 100 to 105 for that heat index. Going into our Friday, as we get that front to move in, knocking down the heat index values Friday. So the weather impact alert, not for heat on Friday, it's for the potential of some pop-up downpours to just help you plan ahead for maybe an interrupter that might interrupt part of your day with a downpour. Humidity tracker goes down just a touch this weekend and into early next week, but it's August tomorrow. It's going to feel like August for a long time. Our 7-day forecast with our weather impact alert days there for tomorrow and Friday. Oh, not a washout either day, 40% chance. When we do get the storms, you know the drill. Very, very heavy stuff. 96 tomorrow, feeling like around 100 to 105. 77 our low Thursday night, so it's AC all the time. Upper 80s to around 90 degrees Friday, so nothing extreme there. And then seasonably warm / hot Saturday. Normal high of 89. And then that begins our stretch of some drier days, a drier weather pattern. So we're getting rid of the stormy weather pattern, but we're keeping the heat. Low 90s Sunday, Monday, and some mid 90s will be possible by next Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, 9:42 on this Wednesday evening here. Been a long week here in the Weather Center because we've had so many storms we've been tracking, and they didn't care what time of day it was. We've had storms at 2 a.m., at 2 p.m., in the evening time. So it's been a long week, hard to take lunch breaks, dinner breaks. Busy here on this last day of July here at 9:43. So again, thanks for tuning in to our live stream, whether on Facebook or on YouTube or on our WHS11 app. Grab the app if you haven't done that yet. Some free tools there. You can watch our newscast. You can watch our live streams. You get the notification when the live stream pops up. Just an easy tool to use. And we'll see you with some more information coming up in about an hour and I'd say 17 minutes on WHS11, the night team. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching.